I gave you my heart.
Yo, what's up, guys? Back at you with another one on today. Make sure you subscribe to Noble Sports Entertainment. Make sure you click on the bell, and when you click on that bell, make sure you hear all, so you'll get all uploads from Noble Sports Entertainment. All right, guys, we're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns versus the Lions Thursday at 7 p.m. This is the last preseason game for the Detroit Lions and Cleveland Browns, and let's go ahead and get into it, guys. All right, guys, some things that we're looking for in this game is just basically trying to stay healthy. We're trying to see if guys are going to fight to get on the roster. I believe the cuts are on Saturday for the 53-man roster. We got to narrow this thing down and find out what guys made the team and what guys are not going to make the team. Definitely, Tease Tabor is finally back from injury. I don't know if Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia will have grace on him and allow him to make this roster. But you just never know. They could, because that was one of the guys that Bob Quinn drafted. But he's finally back from injury, healthy, as well as Tom Savage is back from his concussion protocol. He's back as well. And we have Tyrell Crosby back into the lineup as well. Definitely some updates to Jared Davis as well as Frank Regnow. Both guys had high ankle sprains, but Jared Davis had a severe high ankle sprain. So it looks like it might keep both guys out a couple weeks or so, but we'll see. We'll play this thing by ear. There's no timetable on what's going on as far as how long those guys are going to be out. But let's get into this, guys. The key things that we're looking for. We know we're going against Baker Mayfield. You know, he's going to try to come out and look crisp and sharp. It's his last preseason game before he gets ready for his season opener. But right now, man, we're just trying to find out what we have on this team, man. There's still a lot of murky situations on the team. You really don't know what guys really stand out, because some guys have not really had the chance to stand out. If you're looking at the receivers, Brandon Powell has definitely looked good at times. Travis Fulgham has caught a couple balls. But really, guys, there's nobody to really put the spotlight on and say they have tremendously stood out among the rest. So it's going to be a heavy evaluation from training camp and a heavy evaluation looking at game film to figure out what guys are going to make the 53-man roster as the Detroit Lions are getting ready to play Arizona Cardinals on week 1, going against Kyler Murray in that air raid offense. We just got to get ready, man. So some things that I want to see in this game is I definitely want to see Matthew Stafford get a couple snaps. I don't want to see him playing a lot. He does not need to play a lot. I don't want to see a lot of the starters out there, because I don't want these guys to get injured and hurt. We see what happened with Frank Regnow, and we see what happened with Jared Davis as well. We don't want none of our guys getting injured going into the first game of the season. We already got 2 starters down right now. But definitely, you know, it's always that next man up mentality. And that's what we'll carry into the Arizona game. Definitely, man, Matthew Stafford is going to have, I definitely think, guys, that if this offensive line holds up for Stafford, that he can have a phenomenal season, man. Everything, like I told you guys before, everything is predicated on the Detroit Lions having an offensive line that can hold up. If the offensive line is no good and we're trash on the offensive line, Matthew Stafford is going to be on the ground a lot this season. So we have to protect Matthew Stafford. Do you hear me, offensive linemen? We have to protect our quarterback. Matthew Stafford has never really had the talent around him like he's had now. The offensive line, I'll still say that they're subpar until we can see them get a little bit better. But the weapons and toys that Matthew Stafford have around him, we definitely have a lot of depth on the team. And going against the Browns, we're basically just going to be trying to hone in on guys that's trying to make the roster and things of that nature. But the things that I want to look for is just guys executing, guys making plays. I want to see Amani Oruwariye finally turn his head around. If Amani Oruwariye starts to turn his head around, this guy would have a lot of interceptions, because he's right there with the receiver. So he just has to be able to turn his head around so that he'll be able to play the receiver better. And I definitely want to see Jelani Tavai and some of these younger guys. And I want to see what these guys still have. I want to see T.J. Hockenson still. He's looking good. And Ty Johnson. I want to see him as well. I definitely think that Ty Johnson will make this 53-man roster. There's no ifs and buts about it. I believe that Ty Johnson will be the number 2 running back next season. Probably not this season because you still have C.J. Anderson in there. But definitely I think next season it will be the Johnson Express all the way. Kerryon Johnson and Ty Johnson carrying this team in the backfield. I just can't wait to see these guys executing on both sides of the ball. I want to see the defense be able to get pressure on the quarterback in this game. Those are some of the key things that I'm looking for. But most of all, I'm looking to see who's going to be the number 2 quarterback as well. Will Tom Savage be given the job, or will Josh Johnson and David Fales make the team? So we don't know how the Lions are going to round this thing out. But what we do know is that every guy better step up on Thursday, because now you're playing for an opportunity to be on this team. So you want to make the most of every opportunity that you get. If you're a guy that's trying to make the roster, you want to make the most of every opportunity. And I think some of those guys will go out and do that because they know that they're only a paycheck away from not being on the roster. So definitely I want to see the Lions tighten up that offensive line. And the only concern that I have for the Lions this season right now, my biggest concern is the offensive line. Everything else, I think that the Lions should be able to be better and be good and be able to make the adjustments that they need to make. But if that offensive line, you guys hear me again in this video, if that offensive line does not get better, then we're in trouble. We are in trouble, guys, before the season even starts. So we better hope that our offensive line starts to gel and they start to get better and better as the week go on into the NFL season. This offensive line means everything to us, and it means the world to us. So we got to start doing what we need to do, and that's being able to start playing better and protect Matthew Stafford. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Till next time, peace.
I gave you my heart.